Like, I'm not saying they have a good defense. Their defense is crap. But they went 8-8 last year with that crappy defense with Derek Carr. Deshaun Watson makes them 10-6, 11-5. And I see why they're looking at this, or the way they're looking at this. You know, I'm in a division with Herbert and Mahomes. Do I really want Carr to go against them? Watson can go toe-to-toe with Mahomes with a good offense. Their offense is not terrible. They have a pretty good offensive line. They have a great running back. Their receivers are okay. They're pretty good. Watson can do that. He did fine with a terrible group of receivers. He can do great with them. So the Raiders get the star quarterback that can make them a playoff team, and then when they lose their playoff, they're like the first playoff game they play, like in the wild card. When they lose that, the wild card, when they lose that, they focus on their defense. And then the Texans, they get a new quarterback, new system and everything. They become more attractive of a job. And Carr raises them to like maybe 5-11, 6-10. I think that's what happens. Alright, so here is some recent news. Coming up, I'm going to talk about some, let's see, what do I got coming up here? Former Colt, I have a story about him. And I have some true or false Super Bowl edition, so we'll see what happens there. This podcast is probably going to be 35-40 minutes about, but here we go. So, alright. Recent news. Here we go. Alright. So, the Chiefs defensive coordinator, Spagnuolo, I think you pronounce it that way. The Chiefs, he says they cannot allow Brady to read our mail in the Super Bowl. Spagnuolo was the coordinator when he lost the Giants twice. Brady is 2-3 against Spagnuolo in the playoffs. So I think it's fair to say that Brady's kryptonite is Spagnuolo. And honestly, if they can get pressure on Brady, and they can, they have a great defensive line. Now, I'm not saying the Bucs. Now, the Bucs O-line is great. Tristan Wirfs was a great pick. He's a great right tackle. But if they can just get some pressure on Brady hates being under pressure, and I mean, who doesn't? Being under pressure sucks. But when he's under pressure, 36.9 completion percentage, 2 touchdowns, 4 picks. And I mean, the Chiefs are really going to have to prepare because apparently Brady is all in on the film study. He is the most dedicated person I know. Yeah, okay, so here we go. Goff says he's ready to move on from the Rams. He hopes that trade is good for his career. The Rams are kind of turning into a kind of Patriot-like team. They just don't get things. The only thing they don't do is they don't let things get out. You know, but they're like the Patriots. They're aggressive in the offseason. They're kind of just trusting a system McVay has with any quarterback. But they just don't let things get out. They keep things private. Goff was benched, but we thought he was injured, and he was injured. But I mean, he was injured. But I think there was a time where he could have went in, and they picked Wolford. He could have went in. Like, we saw him come in against the Seahawks around halftime. So, hold on. He's able to play, but you started Wolford. Why is that? I've heard from sources that they don't like hearing Goff get beat up because he's a great guy, great talent, and He hardly ever gets hurt. That's why the Rams got him, and that's why the Rams got Stafford, and the rest of the teams didn't. Because you're getting Goff, a guy he's a great guy, great talent, never gets injured. That's what you want. And that actually leads us to our next topic. Kittle believes the Niners can win the Super Bowl with Jimmy G, and they can. They were a holding call away, because I'm pretty sure it was like a Nick Bosa holding or something. They should have called, but honestly, the Chiefs were the better team that day and that year, so Chiefs definitely deserve to win that. So, but they can win with Garoppolo easily. So he's not bad. He's not bad, not at all. He just I actually think he's He's another one of those quarterbacks that never mind. Goff is viewed as better than Garoppolo by some people because he's never injured. So I said, I think it was 2 days ago or something, that I heard about Cousins possibly being swapped for Garoppolo. And I heard this one story, and this guy is very smart, clearly, because I didn't think of this in a second. So I kind of looked up, because you can't just give your opinion and expect it to be right. You have to check as to see why they're saying these stuff. So, after I said that, I looked up, why is Cousins for Garoppolo a fair swap? And a couple of stories said Cousins never missed a game. Other than technically a Week 17 game, because they were in the playoffs at that point. Never missed a game. Garoppolo has missed 23 games. If you miss 23 games in 15 years, I think it's a little crazy. Well, I don't think it's crazy, but it's odd. It's okay health. This is terrible. 23 games missed already for him. Garoppolo's great. I like Garoppolo, but if I'm the Niners, I'm tired of being a Super Bowl level team, because they have been. They were a lot closer to the Super Bowl 5 years ago than a lot of people want to admit. They're tired of being a Super Bowl team and going to their third string quarterback, and I would be too. So I'd give Garoppolo one more full year. If he gets injured again, that has to be it. If he doesn't bring you to the Super Bowl at least, I think you get rid of him, honestly. He's missed 23 games. He hasn't won a Super Bowl. I don't want to be lacking patience with him. Because, I don't want to... Okay, so I have to wrap it up soon because the music just stopped. Alright, but, I don't want to be impatient with him at all. Because, he's a great quarterback, but 23 games in how many years? That's rough. I don't know how much you can trust that in the NFL. But we'll see. Just give him one more year. Maybe even two. Depending on how he does last year, give him at least one more year. That's what I'd say. Alright, so I did my top 10 players. I do this before every game. Really, I kind of think of, who are the best players in this game and who should have leverage. And who should win the game, basically. Who has a better chance of winning the game. So what I found out, I actually found this out watching The Herd this morning. Yes, the Chiefs have more sensational players. Kelsey, Hill, Mahomes, Chris Jones, Tyrann Mathieu, a lot of great players. So they were more dominant in the top 10. But I saw Colin Cowherd and Pro Football Focus do the next 5, the next top 15. it was almost all Bucks. So the Bucks have a deeper roster and more good players. The Chiefs have more sensational players. So, really, first of all, you look at the first time they played each other, the score is deceiving. The Chiefs were up 17-0. Let's see because I think, what is it, the final 6 minutes or something of the fourth quarter, when you're up by a lot. I'd say around the final 6 minutes of the fourth quarter is when there's pity touchdowns that don't matter. Like the Pats, the Pats scored 2 fourth quarter touchdowns when the Chiefs were already up 27-10. So the Chiefs didn't care. They were up 17 all game basically. So the record is deceiving, definitely. And the problem in that game was they couldn't stop big touchdowns. They couldn't stop Tyreek Hill. So really, how they upset the way they upset the way they upset the Chiefs, and yes, it's an upset because I think a lot of people are expecting the Chiefs to win. Although, is it ever an upset when it's Tom Brady? I don't think so. But a way they can upset the Chiefs is by stopping big touchdowns. That's really what it comes down to. Stop the big touchdowns that they're going to get because they're the Chiefs. Here's what's going to happen. They're probably gonna score maybe 1 or 2 big touchdowns. So just keep up with that for the 1 or 2 touchdowns they score. Keep up with that, and then you can just limit them to one touchdown. Limit them to that, and then you're golden. All right, so we're running into a problem. My computer might die, but I'll be fine. I'm going to charge it soon. So here we go. Recent news time. Here we go. All right, here's what I was talking about. A former Colt thinking about going back. Andrew Luck possibly returning to football. Brady got out of the AFC at the right time. Herbert's there. Burrow. Lamar Jackson. Patrick Mahomes. Deshaun Watson, I think he's going to stay in the NFC. I think he's going to stay in the AFC. He's not going to go anywhere. Josh Allen. I mean, look at this. Yeah, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, Baker Mayfield, I think is pretty good. Ryan Tannehill's surging. Herbert, Mahomes. It's a lot of great quarterbacks there. Luck would be in a much better position now than he was 5 years ago. They now have a top 3 O-line in the league. I'd say the top 3 are the Browns, Packers, and Colts. They have a great O-line, great running back, and a very good defense. That's much better than Luck had back when he was playing. He's still young. How old is he? Let's see. He's in his 30s, definitely, because he was like 29 when he retired. Let's see. He's 31. Wow, he's a year younger than Stafford, and he retired 2 years ago. So, I mean, I think he'd do pretty well. I mean, he's only 31. Stafford's 32. Stafford is doing just fine right now. I think Luck is more talented than Stafford. I think the Colts could maybe an AFC Championship with him. That might be a little far, but alright, so here's something I don't like. The Bucs will not be able to fire cannons after touchdowns or big plays. Don't understand why. You're just firing them into the sky, you're not firing them into the players. I mean, this is already an unprecedented